phase. New revelation in genetic engineering called CRISPR has opened up possibilities previously bound to science fiction. These can be positive in nature, such as prolonging human life and bringing animals back from extinction. However, they can also have a dark side, such as designer babies and super soldiers. This expository documentary looks to explore how this tool is not inherently good or bad. It's how we use it which determines that. Audience, this is mainly aimed towards those interested in science. However, as it's short and won't be hard to follow, it could pull interest from a wide range of people, as the points it covers can be relevant to all of us, from healthcare to the environment we live in. The program of life will contain a variety of aesthetics and atmospheres. It will not be your plain bog standard science documentary drawing from many inspirations. It will be stylized in bright film, incorporating multiple styles of visuals. In terms of graphics and animation, I want to draw inspiration from retro computing to link with the title. This will be bright neon colors and simple in nature. The next aesthetic which will be included is a near psychedelic compilation of archival footage, such as in Adam Curtis documentaries like Can't Get You Out of My Head and Hypernormalization. In relation to filming, I will use a stylized cinematic style with a range of shots. This will be bright and colorful in nature with a variety of lighting styles. One lighting setup will be bright and clear to clearly see the process of the experiment. However, this will transition to dark lighting in which to see the luminosity of the bacteria. For the interview, I want to shy away from this simple talking head format for multiple reasons. Due to the ongoing pandemic, physically meeting the participants and filming them may be hard, so interviewing will likely be over telephone or video call. This, however, will reduce the quality of the image and audio, so will require extra visuals such as retro TVs and graphics to give an interesting and captivating element to the scenes, as well as drawing in with the competing theme. Audio will be strong in central area to this project, as it will be the main element which pauses to the narrative. The central point to this will be the narrator. For the narrator, there will be multiple avenues in relation to style. Two of the main considerations for the narrator is first, a robotic and artificial voice to tie into the computer theme, although I believe this could make the film monotone in nature. The second consideration is to use a voice actor who is clear and intelligent in nature, that speaks with confidence and intent. This will help to get the point across a lot clearer. The initial section will begin by briefly explaining DNA and its role within our biology. I will then move on to a timeline of gene engineering from selective reproduction, which has been used for thousands of years, to the new breakthrough of CRISPR, and explaining how big this new revelation is, such as how it's reduced costs by 99% and time frames from years to weeks, and made the process incredibly simpler. As we transitioned into the next section, this ease will be shown as I conduct my own experiment at home on E. coli bacteria, turning it luminescent, using the kit shown. This will then progress into an interview. Biology professor or microbiologist who will be an expert in the field. This will explain the process to us, whilst also telling us where technology is heading. This will bring us to the third section, which then focus on what its future possibilities are, starting with what the medical applications can be, such as curing genetic disorders, as well as diseases such as HIV. Next, I will move on to how the same techniques can be used in ethical gray areas such as designer babies and even dystopian areas such as super soldiers. I will also further explore what the long-term effects could be on our species as a whole. To bring this film to a conclusion, I will finish on a reflective and rhetorical final speech, which will draw on philosophical element in relation to essentialism and allow the viewer to make their own informed views on the subject matter throughout the film. I want to put these leaps in knowledge into perspective, so we'll be referencing the techniques to areas we do know, such as computing. This also links into the name of the film, as DNA is a biological code just like computers use binary code. The idea is to bring this area into an easily understandable, informative and interesting format. The timescale of this project is over 9 weeks. The first 2 weeks will be pre-production, in which we plan scripts and what resources we need to gather, as well as a cohesive narrative. The next phase will be the production phase. In this phase, I will complete any filming needed, such as the home experiment, as well as gathering archive footage, sounds, and detailed research. Phase 3 is post-production. This will be when all the gathered resources are gathered together and any additional pickups and shots can be gathered. After this phase, I hope to have the project 95% complete. The final phase is when we will review our work and add the final details, such as company intros and credits. I will screen it to a selected number of people for peer review.